Hey y'all, it's your girl Renata Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do some like spring summer inspired makeup because it is raining, it is pouring. I kind of wish I was snoring. No, it's raining over here. It's super cloudy where I am, and I don't want to feed into that. I want to have a high energetic day, so I'm just gonna do something super simple, of course. Well, I think it's simple, but definitely spring and summer inspired to get some of that energy going. I've already moisturized. I used my 4D hyaluronic acid serum, and then I followed up with my Kiehl's moisturizer, and here we are. You never know how much a product has you in a chokehold until you can't find it. I've spent like 10 minutes looking for this little thing, and normally I have it in one spot, and for some reason I moved it over to like my blush section of things. I don't know why I was over there, but spent like 10 minutes looking for that thing. So per usual, like everything else, I'm always late. But I used to watch Grownish when Yara Shahidi was on it and everything. And then when it transitioned into Junior's time to go to college, I stopped watching. I don't know why. But anyway, I've been binging that lately. And I must say I've been enjoying it. I didn't think I would enjoy it the way I have been, but it's been pretty good. I like the topics they've been, you know, diving into and everything. But Justine Skye is on it. Is that her name? Justine Skye. So she's on there, and so her fashions and everything are super cute and all that stuff, but her makeup has always been beautiful, but it's reminding me of just that easy like summer, that easy summer like makeup. Is really fun, real festival like, and I like that. I've done like stuff like that a few times on this channel already, but I enjoy it so much. It's usually what I wear in summer anyway, to be honest. So we're gonna go with like that sort of energy with the makeup today. So I'm working out of my Urban Decay Honey palette today. I'm going into this lighter color, I guess like a bone, I don't know what shade you would say that is, like a pale tan something. I have no clue what you would call that, but the name of this shade is Sweet. I'm mainly gonna like just swipe it over my eyelids just to give it something. And what's crazy is I used to think I couldn't use eyeshadows like this, like the paler or more pastel type shades, I guess, for my skin tone. I just thought it would come up so ashy, and some of them would. I'm not even gonna name the brand, but there were some brands where it's like the same exact shade in a different brand, and it would just look so chalky. And so it just had me thinking I could never touch shades like that because it just looks so bad and chalky, and I could not understand it. And of course that's when I first got into makeup. I didn't realize it was just that brand, and the way they formulate their things or whatever, that's their business. I thought it was like a me thing, and it's really not. So this shade here, which is Hive, I'm gonna go into that shade and starting from the outer, making that like a V situation. So just doing that. Oh, I need to do my brows. Well, that's that on that. So usually Justine Skye character on Grownish usually wears like these really cute pastel liners. So it's either like a white or like a light sky blue or like a light green or something. They're beautiful on her. They're so cute. And so I think I'm gonna go in with either this white or this lime green. I'm gonna try this lime green. This is by Fenty Beauty. These are some liners that she came up with a long time ago. The product comes with like this little liner, you know, situation brush. I'm gonna go in with my angle brush just to give me like better control. So I just put some of the product on my angle brush and just stamp it across to just get my guide. And then I can fill it in later. I don't know, it helps me. Some people are like really good with like a liquid liner, like a liner tip thingy, and not an angle brush, but this just works best for me. So always do what works best for you. Okay, so once you have your liner on, a couple of things. So I go in with my, this is my micellar water, but this is by Urban Hydration. Yeah, so I'm going in with this. It's very easy to remove things with micellar water. I feel like it's also more hydrating or moisturizing than a makeup wipe. I feel like a makeup wipe will dry you out a little more. So with some of that micellar water, dip some in a brush, and I just clean up around where I wanted to perfect my line. And also I like to go in with if you don't have a disposable mascara wand, you can just use whatever you have, I guess. But I like to put a mascara wand. Oh, just splash it on my face. Dip my mascara wand into the micellar water and go through my lashes. With the Fenty liners I just use, I feel like it gets chalky and flakes off, and I don't want to go through that. So I'm just gonna go through and just rake it through my lashes. It's mainly on my outer lashes that I have this issue. And now I'm just gonna apply some mascara just on like the front half of my lashes, because I'm gonna put on some false lashes. So I'm not gonna put it all the way. And as always, I'm using my Fenty Beauty bronzer to contour. So I don't know if y'all heard about the documentary that's coming out on Hulu about Freaknik and everything like that. And of course I was gonna watch it. But then I saw a couple clips on Instagram, and I don't know if I'm gonna watch it now, because it sounds like a good chunk of the documentary may be about women, women discussing the amount of assault they endured at Freaknik. Whether it be some groping, some actual full-on assault, just the whole, I don't know if I can watch that. That's a bit much for me. I'm pretty sure that's not what the whole thing is going to be about, but I'm just not a fan of watching material with a whole lot of that in there. That's not entertaining for me. It's not informative for me. It's not, it's not something I enjoy. I don't enjoy that type of content or anything. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, but y'all let me know. Have you seen it? I don't even know when it comes out. Yeah, I don't even know when it comes out. You know, growing up, I would hear about Freaknik, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go. Of course, I was entirely too young. I'm pretty sure if my mother knew, I even knew what a Freaknik was at that age. And of course, now I think I'm kind of happy I didn't go. But then, man, I really wanted to go. It just looked like so much fun. I have no clue what it was actually like. I never considered what it would be like for women to, like their experience to participate in Freaknik. I don't think it was all bad, but I think at that time there was a lack of awareness of, no, someone groping you and all that, like it is not fun and games. It actually is a problem. I think, you know, because that happens now. We're like, oh, it's all fun and games. So I think even more so back then, it was more of a like, oh, it's really just fun and games. It's not a big deal. Because the way the women are talking about, they don't sound like traumatized or anything. They're just like, yeah, at any given time, you know, it could be this amount of men on you, just touching you from anywhere, every direction. You don't even know where it's coming from, da 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 da. So I mean, I'm not saying it was all bad. It just doesn't translate well for me. So I don't think I'll be watching it. And there's some like detectives talking, you know, saying like, I guess them getting the high volume of calls during that time, and how if it was during that week, they for sure would ignore it. So I'm going in with these really natural lashes. I got these from some site online, Shop Miss A, I think it is. But yeah, these are like some really, really natural lashes. They are very much so like the Ardell Demi Wispies, very much so like those. And I know they tried to bring back Freaknik for a second, like before the pandemic hit. I think they did try to bring back Freaknik for a second. I don't think it was as big of a deal as it was back in the day, but they did attempt to make that a thing. I don't really know if it was a success or not because the pandemic hit, so you can't really judge it if it was like great or not. Who knows? Of course, I did not go. I'm not a fan of huge crowds. And if you see like footage from like Freaknik back in the day, it was so many people in the streets. And when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to go. Now, you can't get me to go. Like, you can't get me to go nothing like that. You can't get me to go to a concert and be on like the bottom floor where like there are no seats. Oh, you can't, absolutely not. I can't process, like, I can't. Something in me gets super uncomfortable and I can't even enjoy myself. So I just don't even put myself through that nonsense. So in addition to me just like being a natural lash girl anyway, especially for like, these liner type of looks with like your look is mainly your liner and that is it. I like the lashes that don't really have like a thick band to it or anything, because the thicker the band, the higher you're gonna have to bring your liner because you can't see past that thick band. So, you know, that's just something to consider. If you are a lash girl and you like the, you know, the fuller, thicker lashes, there's nothing wrong with that. But just consider bringing up your liner higher, because otherwise your thicker lash band is going to cover that line you just put down anyway. Next, we're going to do some tight lining. I'm gonna take my kohl pencil and I'm just gonna go under the lash, and we're gonna run that back and forth and fill in those gaps, and to also help merge my natural lashes with the false lashes. Did I do concealer? I don't think I did concealer yet. Alright, going in with this milk concealer that I'm still trying to figure out if I like that, to see if I'm gonna go like purchase the lighter one for these winter seasons, because this one is a little what's the word, a little too dark for me in these paler seasons like this, which, you know, is fine. But I am gonna dab a little bit of what is that, the Fenty one that is my right winter shade. I'm gonna dab just a little bit of that in there, and we're gonna pack that, blend that out with this flat foundation brush. And I like to blend my concealer out everywhere else that I need it to first, and like bring it down as far as I want it to. And then the last thing being is that I go into those fine lines. It just helps me to not pack as much product in those fine lines. Going in with my AJ Crimson powder, and it's the same like thing. I put the powder down here first and then work my way up, and that way I'm not packing as much powder in those fine lines. Well, that's the goal anyway. Just filling in my brows really quick. I really do enjoy how creamy these pencils are and how they just like glide into place where I need them to be. And if that lady would have never told me about this pencil, I would have still been purchasing Anastasia Beverly Hills pencils. Those were okay. I do recall a time where like sometimes they seemed a little stiff. I didn't think much of it because it was Anastasia Beverly Hills, so I didn't think much of it. But they would get a little stiff sometimes, and I have to like warm them up as if I would have to with like a cheaper eyeliner or something. I would have to do that sometimes. It's not like I was like, oh, it's a horrible, you know, product or something. No, but until I started using this pencil, I didn't realize just how stiff it would get sometimes and how much I don't have to deal with that now. I am going to go into that bronzer. I use this bronzer a lot. I didn't realize how much I use this bronzer, but I use it quite a bit. I'm going to go into that same bronzer, and I'm just going to swipe it on the bottom of my lower lashes just to warm it up a little bit. If you need to use something deeper like an actual brown eyeshadow, I get it. Do what you need to do. We're going to put a little bit of mascara down here. This is my favorite one by ColourPop, and I need to order a new one by now. This is a lip gloss by Skin Glass. It has a little more pigment to it, which I can appreciate. It's in the shade Forever. Oh, I forgot blush, real quick. And for blush, this is like one of my favorite summer blushes, if not like the favorite. It is this orange blush by Makeup Forever. It's in number 515. It is a cream blush. Sometimes I will wipe off the top layer because I use the same brush to blush as I do the contour. And so over time of doing that, you know, that top layer just gets a little more full than necessary with more so bronzer and like foundations and things that's like already on your face from this brush. So yeah, I just wipe off the top layer, which I did. If you could probably tell, it's a little brighter. But yeah, wipe off the top layer, and then I go on my brush. Oh, she's so cute. Don't let the amount of blush that you see here be of concern, okay? We're gonna blend it out as necessary, as much as we need to. It is not a big deal. Even if it's too much, too harsh like that, you take a sponge and you blend that down. It's not a big deal. If you don't use a sponge, you take your brush from before that you had and you blend that down. It's not a big deal. Last thing I'm gonna do is take a little powder. This is a Fenty powder, and I'm just gonna clean up a little. I tend to get a little out of control with my blushes, and I just clean up a little to put things back in the places where they're supposed to be. It is very little. If you don't get messy with blushes, that's not a thing for you. And this is the look I enjoy so much. Like, to me, this is makeup. This is how makeup is supposed to be. It's nothing wrong with being like fully glam, whatever your preference. But for me, I love a good time. Makeup to me is fun. It's a good time. And that is just what this is. It's very lightweight. It's very easy. It makes me so happy. I just enjoy. I hope you guys try this out. I hope you enjoy it as well. Let me know if you like the whole color liner look. If you tried it and if it's like too much for you, you're just like, I don't like doing it, or if you actually enjoy it and it's like a good time for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see y'all next time in another video. Bye.